Okay, let me make sure we got volume. Got volume here. Let's see. Okay, cool, great. So guys, the reason we are reaching out to you tonight is to help you learn how to work less weekends, how to take control of your life, and most importantly, work with clients you enjoy. We do this more than we do absolutely anything else, right? What do I mean? We work more than we sleep, more than we spend time with our family, more than we do just about anything. So you might as well do the things that you enjoy. If you're going to do this for the rest of your life or for a large chunk of your life, it might as well be enjoyable. What's the purpose? What's the point of doing something that you absolutely don't like to do? So what today's training is to help you focus on what is the best part of the business to focus on. If you're going to focus on a part of the business that's relatively enjoyable, how do we go about doing that? Instead of working and doing things that you have to do the things that you enjoy doing, right? And there are absolutely 100% ways of getting to the point where you can choose the people you work with, where you can control your business, and you don't have to work and feel like a slave to the grind. That someone says jump, they say how high, right? So that's what we're going to cover today, so that work can be a little bit more enjoyable. Because if you're going to do this for the next 20 years, you might as well like what you're doing, right? So folks, do me a favor and drop comments in there. Let me know where you're coming in from, so I can see who's who and what's what. And we'll get started in just a sec. Okay. So as I mentioned, folks, let me just go ahead and pull up my slide here. Give me 1 second. And do me a favor, let me know as you guys are hopping on. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the comments. If you could do me a favor, I want to try to spread the message of what we're teaching tonight out to everybody, right? As far and as wide as possible. My job here is to help others. It's my passion to help others improve their situation. So if you can help me help others, I'd really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up and hit the like button, the heart button. What that'll do is that tells the Facebook algorithm to spread it far and wide, that we are here, we're interacting, people are getting value out of it, and we are helping others, most importantly. Hi, guys. So let's go ahead without further ado and talk about, and also just do me a favor and give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen, right? If you can see the screen that says weekly training 2/28/21, how to work less weekends, take control of your business, and work with clients you enjoy. Now, what's interesting is, guys, right? In order to do this, right, you're probably, if you're not, able to control, what only working 5 days a week, and you don't feel like you have control of your business, and you're not working with people you enjoy, there's probably a few things stopping you. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over those in detail. We're going to go over what you can do about it, and then we're going to go over what that end result is going to look like. Okay, so what's probably happening is oftentimes we deal with things. We take what is given to us, or take what falls in our lap, and one of the biggest reasons being is because we're not doing enough prospecting, right? We're not cold calling enough. We're not reaching outside of the area of people that you know to find other new people that you don't know that you can possibly help, right? If you think about it, if you were to like take a piece of paper, right, and draw a circle, right, of the entire world, right? Draw a circle of the entire world, okay? That's like 7 billion people with a B, right? 9 zeros, billion, right? Now, draw as a fraction of that audience, right? If this is the whole entire world, like how big would the circle of people be that you know in that entire world, right? So if that's the whole world, it's probably a speck. Most people only know, what, maybe 1,000 people at most? And I'm not talking about the person that sat behind you in 8th grade geometry, right? I'm talking about people you actually interact with, you see on a regular basis. I don't think it's more than 1,000 people. And that's for people with huge spheres of influence. It might only be 400 or 500 people. So the point being is, instead of just working your network and working your sphere of influence, right? You need to reach out to strangers, okay? That is referred to as cold calling, which is kind of a dirty word to a lot of people because it's not very comfortable if you don't know what you're doing, okay? Once you understand what you are trying to accomplish and you get good at it, I promise you the people on the other end of the phone, they get nicer. But the people that are bad at it, it's really, really tough. And I'll tell you why. I've been there. I've been the guy brave enough to pick up the phone and call a stranger, but not equipped enough with the right skills, knowledge, and confidence to know what to say, to whom to say it to, and how to say it. So I had people hanging up on me, saying all kinds of rude stuff, only because I was unprepared. Imagine just ringing someone's doorbell, and they open the door, and they're like, "Yeah," and you're like, and you have no idea what to say, no idea how to approach them, and you're trying to sell them something. They're gonna slam the door in your face. A cold call is no different. In fact, it's a lot easier. So the point is, you need to be aware that you need to be reaching out to people you don't already know. Your sphere is finite. Cold calling is literally infinite. Okay. So the question is why? Why are you scared of cold calling? Oftentimes, what most people will tell me is they don't know, that they feel timid because the people they're afraid someone's going to be mean to them, or they're afraid they don't know what to say. Well, there's a direct correlation between the two. If you don't get to the point and you are calling a stranger up and interrupting them in the middle of their day, or more importantly, in the middle of their business day, they're going to be short with you. Okay. So it's very, very important to understand you have to know why you're calling, what to say, how to say it, so that you can have an effective communication and bring them some sort of value to their day. Right. Next, the mindset, right? What you have to get into your mind is you got to wake up every single morning and say, someone's got my money in their pocket. I got to go out and find it, right? Because the business that we're in, right? We are, most of us, 100% commission. We need to understand that it's up to us to wake up with the mentality of, I'm unemployed today. Someone's got work for me. Where do I go? Where do I go to find someone that I can help? Most importantly, if you lead with trying to help people, everything else will come after it, right? If you lead with that notion, if you just say, I'm going to see how many people I can help, how many people I can reach out to and accomplish something for them, all the money in the world will come with it if you help enough people. I think it was like Zig Ziglar, right? He said, you help enough people get what they want, you can get everything that you want. Okay. No different. But if you start with the mindset you're helping people, it comes through on the other end. I promise you, folks, right? Oops, calling it right. Now, I understand a lot of people are shy. And frankly, I get it. Not everybody's a natural extrovert. However, you don't, it shouldn't matter, right? If you are shy, if you are equipped with a good script, you're reaching out to a specific person for a specific reason with a specific message. That makes things very, very different. You could be the shyest person in the world, but if you're having a conversation about a very specific topic, it makes your life a lot easier, right? And then finally, some people feel like no one wants to listen. No one wants to listen if you're not bringing value, right? If you talk to somebody, who is deaf, let's say, and they've never heard music before, you start talking to them about music, or you start signing them about music, they have no idea what you're talking about. Why? Because you're talking about that's something to them that they can't relate to, right? But people are going to listen if you have something important to say that pertains to them. If you think constantly of the person on the other end of the phone, whatever message you give them, it's got to whiff them. WIIFM. What's in it for me? If whatever you're telling them, if you're thinking from the perspective of what's in it for them, I promise you, things will be so much easier. Why? Because you are delivering them a piece of value. Yes, you are interrupting their day for 90 seconds, but you are giving them a piece of value. You are offering your help, you're offering assistance, and you are a qualified professional. There's nothing irritating or annoying about that. If someone is short, to the point, gives you value, and gets off the phone. You can literally book a meeting in 90 seconds. There's no reason why you can't, and I can prove it to you, right? We do it all day, every day. Myself, my students, all of us. Anyone that's using the frameworks, the conversational frameworks that we use, we can book meetings in 90 seconds, right? You don't have to be on for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or talking about baseball or talking about the weather or how cold it is or how warm it is, whatever. You get on, you state your business, you offer assistance, you get off. That's simple, and you get a meeting in the process. Okay. Now, next, right? Sometimes you feel like you don't want to be bothering people, right? Think of it this way. Let's say it's hot, it's summertime, right? And you're walking up to somebody with a cold glass of lemonade. And you offer it to them for free, right? Do you think you're bothering that person, right? Whereas, it's freezing cold out, and you're giving someone a chunk of ice, right? They're not going to want it. Why? Because they're cold. They don't want a chunk of ice. So in the first scenario, you're offering something to someone that you think will need it and could use it and would appreciate it. And the other one, you're offering something that has no value to them, right? That's the point. Whatever message you bring to this audience, you have to be bringing them value, right? What this is going to allow you to do when you start bringing people value, you start increasing your business. You start increasing your business, you can start getting additional business. Next thing you know, you're able to help people. You don't have to work as hard because you have focused on the right clientele with the right message at the right time. They will start opening up to you and giving you their business so that you can start listing properties exclusively, which is the tippy top of the mountain, so to speak, right? If everybody could have their choice, right? Working with sellers is the best, right? Working with sellers is the best. People lease, and you can make money in it. It's not huge money, but you can survive on it. You can work with buyers and you can make some money at it. It's not necessarily always huge money. It's a lot of work, so on and so forth. But if you ask anybody, 9 out of 10 people will tell you they want to be at that top of that pyramid in that rarefied air where you are working with sellers. You're working exclusively, because when you start working with sellers, you can control your time. You can control your business. You don't have to work weekends. You control when the showings are done. And most importantly, you choose who you work with. That's what we concentrate in CRE basic training. We concentrate on showing you how to work with commercial sellers. We show you how to approach them, what to say, how to say it, because when you can start controlling who you work with, then you can start controlling your business and you can start controlling your life, and it makes things a lot easier and a lot more fun. Okay, so the top 3 reasons, right, that most people don't like to cold call. They don't like it, they don't enjoy it, they're not sure of it, and so on. I get it, right? The next thing is, a lot of people don't have a game plan. The reason why they're working too many weekends, the reason why they feel like a slave to the grind, the reason why they're not able to work with the types of people they enjoy is because they work on whatever comes to them, right? They work on whatever falls in their lap, right? So you got to think of it kind of like throwing a net out, right, off a boat and catching whatever fish get caught in the net as you're driving around trolling, right? Versus being a sniper and being up in a perch and looking down and or like a hunter, right? And you have a very specific eye for a very specific target, and you target that target and you shoot your shot, right? That's the difference between someone that just takes anything that falls in their lap and someone that goes after a very specific target. Once you start with a game plan, it's the difference between throwing a net out and fingers crossed, hoping and praying, and going out and getting what you want because it's the best thing for you, because it's what you decided, and following on a strategy and utilizing certain tactics to accomplish that strategy, right? So hope that makes sense. Anybody in the comments, do me a favor, let me know if that makes sense. Give me a couple thumbs up, give me a couple likes, just so I know that you guys are there, right? Because what's most important, guys, is we establish a game plan. You plan your work, and then you work your plan, and what that'll allow you to do is allow you to have the freedom that you've always wanted. Most people feel like they are, handcuffed to this profession because they don't have a game plan, and unless you're executing on that game plan, you're not getting the results you want. If you're not getting the results you want, you have to take whatever comes to you. You guys with me so far, right? Okay, awesome, great. So I see John Mendoza. How are you? Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, so most people, right? When I talk about no game plan, let's talk about what everybody knows what no game plan is. Let's talk about what a game plan is, right? You got to know who to call, right? When you don't know who to call, right? You might as well just pick up a phone book, right? Remember, those of you that are old enough to remember phone books, and just start flipping through it, just start dialing numbers, because when you are calling people at random, we call it jokingly in the brokerage business, random acts of violence, right? Because you're calling people and you're assaulting them with a message that they don't care about, right? So you have to be very, very strategic. You have to be very, very specific with who you are reaching out to. And most people without a game plan do not know who to call, right? More importantly, once they get somebody on the phone, right, they don't know what to say. If you don't have a very clear structure of what you need to say, you don't have a very clear intent for why you're calling the person you're calling, right? You are going to be wasting your time. You're not going to get a good result, and you are going to annoy them, and they are going to be short with you. So the most important thing is you have to know who to call, and most importantly, what to say, okay? The words you say are very, very important, but what's even more important is knowing how to say it. You could say the exact same phrase, the exact same 5 words, 5 different ways, and you will get 5 different meanings. So it's very, very important for you to understand tonality. So it's not just who to call, not just what to say, but it's also how to say it. That's when everything starts coming together. Have you ever met some people that are just amazing at connecting with other people, amazing communicators? Ronald Reagan was a great communicator. You know, they called him the great communicator, right? Why? Because he knew how to connect with an audience. You know, people praise Barack Obama for being an amazing communicator. The use of their voice, the use of cadence and so forth, the use of tonality are really, really good examples. People that speak in public for a living, i.e. politicians, love them or hate them, they're oftentimes very good communicators, right? So now, the number one reason, okay, that you are stuck working weekends, not in control of your business, not able to work with the people you are, because you're not prospecting enough. You are not reaching out to enough people and giving yourself enough opportunities. Think of it this way. Here we go. I got a pen. All right, I got a marker here, right? This marker. If this was the only marker I had in my possession, right? And I needed it to survive, right? I needed it because it had sustenance for me. Do you think I would protect this with my life? If you said yes, you would be correct. Why? Because the thing about this marker is it's the only one I have. This is my lifeline. I'm going to protect it with every ounce of energy that I have. However, what if I had 20 markers, 30 markers, 50 markers? Would I cling on to each one with a death grip? No. Why? Because if I lose that one, I got 19 others or 29 others or 49 others. The point being, when you are not prospecting enough, you are not creating enough opportunities. You are not creating enough opportunities. What happens is you wind up clinging to the ones you have, good, bad, or indifferent. So rather than being a sorter of opportunities, you become, you try to, squeeze blood out of a turnip, so to speak, right? Like there's certain things that you just no matter how you're going to try to fit a square peg in a round hole. So you have to be very, very aware that you need to be prospecting enough. You need to be waking up every single day with the mindset to help people. But more importantly, you need to be prospecting so that you are constantly expanding your realm of possibility for helping others and creating opportunities for additional business. If you are not getting up every single day and creating opportunities for additional business, it's like a muscle that withers. And sooner or later, your pipeline is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And over time, you're going to have 0 people to work with because you haven't created any new opportunities for yourself. And that is really the heart of everything, folks. If you want to have the life you desire, you want to make the money you desire, you want to work with the clientele you desire, you want to work with sellers specifically, right? You need to be waking up every single day and creating new opportunities for yourself through cold calling, through knowing what to say, how to say it, why you're saying it, and to whom you're saying it. Very, very important. Okay. So if you think about it, if you wake up every single day and you create 50 opportunities for yourself, you get to pick and choose. Oh, well, I don't like that one. Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. It sounds like being a princess, and then all the princes are coming to try to win your hand in marriage, right? You have a choice of 20 or 30 or 50 princes. Guess what? You get to be very, very picky. Why? Because you have a lot of choices. It's no different when you are prospecting, when you're creating new opportunities constantly. What winds up happening is that you have a lot of choices. Okay, you wind up having the ability to pick, but the only way to get there is to wake up every single day, prospect Monday through Friday. You got to put in at least an hour, hour and a half, something along those lines, so that you can have enough opportunities so you can choose who you work with, so that you can work with clients that you like. You don't have to work weekends. You don't have to do things that you don't like because it's the only thing that just falls in your lap. You take control, you take reins, you take control of your business so that you determine who you do business with. It's not just whoever rings the phone and whoever you pick it up because you don't like prospecting, you don't like cold calling, you don't know what to say and so forth. Make sense, guys? All right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if that's making some sense to you, that, okay, you can literally take this thing and turn it on its head and say, rather than I'm just going to take what comes to me, I'm going to take control of my life, my business, my career, and I'm going to be the one driving the ship. And by creating enough opportunities, I get a chance to control who I work with, how I work, and when I work. You guys with me? Would anybody like to hear a little bit more about that? Would you like to understand how we go about doing that? All right, folks. So prospecting is the locomotive, guys, that runs your business. You need to shovel as much coal into it as you possibly can. So like you see the guy over here, right? He's like an engine, what do they call that? Engine engineer, I guess. But anyhow, back in the day when they had locomotives, they used to shovel coal into the engine of the steam engine of the locomotive, and that's what would create the ability for the train to move down the tracks. That is the prospecting to your business. Your prospecting is the coal that you put into the engine of a locomotive, okay? That's what's going to propel you. That's what's going to give you everything you want. So if I could impress upon you anything, if I could impress upon you one thing, all I would say is you need to go out and create opportunities daily. You need to reach out to the right people with the right message and say the right things, and that is everything you will need to be successful in your business. You'll be 90% of the way there, right? Because most people, once they get the business, they can figure out more or less how to get it done. But getting the business is the absolute hardest part, and that's what we help folks with, okay? So again, what we covered, guys, the 3 biggest reasons that are keeping you and the things that you need to get out of the way so you can not work weekends, you can work with people that you want to, and you don't have to feel like a slave to the grinds, right? Is by not being scared of cold calling. What is entailed there? By knowing who to reach out to, what to say, and most importantly, how to say it. Having a game plan, knowing, okay, I want to go after sellers. I want to make sure that I am taking exclusive listings from sellers, right? And then the biggest thing, guys, is putting it all together is prospecting enough. You need to know how much prospecting you need to do to lead you to X amount of meetings, which leads you to X amount of opportunities, so that you can have X amount of business at the end of the day and ultimately be able to work with the people that you like to work with, that you enjoy working with, right? So, I mean, if you could, you'd be a broker for your best friend, right? Why? Of course, because you like that person, right? So we can put all this together in one ball of wax and show you exactly how to do that. So if you guys could benefit from getting prospecting under your belt, learning how to take exclusive listings, learning how to take control of your business so you can have a better life, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and then also type #control, right? Because most people I know would love to be able to pick up the phone when they want to, not when they have to. They don't want to step away from their family at dinner or on weekends and nights and have sleepless nights because they're worried about when the next deal is coming through. How many of you would like to be able to wake up and know the next deal is coming? You know why? Because you're in control, because you're going to wake up, you're going to go to the office, you're going to start prospecting, and you're going to create opportunities for yourself every single day. Okay. So folks, do me a favor. If you would like to learn more about what is going on in terms of what you can do to help your business grow by learning how to list properties exclusively on the commercial side, you want to learn more about that, do me a favor and write #training in the description below in the comments, right? Let me know #training. We have a 6-month brokerage program. And what we can do for you is we can show you in your market who to reach out to, what to say to them, how to say it. Once you do start taking listings, how to market those listings, where to put them, how to create a killer database of buyers so you drastically increase your chances of getting both the sell side and the buy side of the deal. Because last time I checked, getting 6% is better than getting just 3%. Anybody with me on that? Anyone thumbs up? If you would like to get 6% instead of 3%, do me a favor, type 6% in the chat, right? Of course. Who wouldn't? So we can show you how to do these things. We do it over a 6-month period. So we can take you from wherever you are in your business to get you to the point where you are taking listings on a consistent basis and marketing those listings and double ending listings. That is the ultimate goal, is for us to be able to do that. But here's the thing, right? What will change this year unless you change the way you're doing things? I'm going to say it one more time. Think about this, folks. What is going to change until you change the way you're doing things? Einstein, what did he say? The definition of insanity is by doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If you expect different results from the same input, guess what? It's never going to happen. So we need to change something. We need to change our strategy. We need to change our methodology. We need to change something. If you'd like to change this year, type #change in the comments and let me know, because what I love to do is help you change your business, take charge of your life, get you listing and selling properties so that you can finally have the business that you desire. Like I mentioned, folks, we have a 6-month training program. We take you step by step, walk you through it. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Type #training in the comments, and I'll be able to reach out to you. We can schedule a call. We can go over some of the details, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Really appreciate your time. And most importantly, those of you that are on the call, okay, thank you for being the best part of commercial sales for agents, right? Without you, there would be no us. Really appreciate you taking the time. Thanks for all you folks that are coming in week after week after week. Really great to see you.